fucking Roethlisberger, the quarterback, was all fucking hug it, chug it, football all night.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mike Virginia here with the Palazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's. Hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday. It is just myself today. Michael Govier is out. He's been ruled out for today's game, for today's podcast. Michael's not feeling well. Hope you feel better, buddy. But the show must go on, right? We got to help you guys out with your start sit questions here. So week 5, ready to roll. So we'll just jump right into it. If you guys got questions for me, pop them in the live chat here. Always happy to help. Just make sure you give me scoring settings like PPR, half point PPR, standard scoring, common last names like Smith, right? All that good stuff. Make sure you guys give me that. But also want to go on record of saying here too that the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars are live in London right now. So make sure you guys check that out. We don't have anybody currently in the live chat right now, but if you guys have questions, if you guys, everybody who's just now joining, if you got questions, drop them in the live chat. Always happy to help. Let's see. A couple of things I want to get off my chest today real quick before we get going. For those of you guys who don't know, Saquon Barkley is out today. Make sure you get him out of your lineups. I don't like Matt Breida in this lineup or in this game. I think the Giants are going to get their doors blown off, so I don't think there's going to be too many opportunities for Breida to produce. I guess he's an emergency start if you need somebody. So feel free to plug him in if you absolutely need somebody in your team who's riddled by injuries. He should get the bulk of the work, but Gary Brightwell should be also involved today as well. Obviously, I love everybody in the Dolphins game. I actually like Wendell Robinson a little bit too. Showed us some things last week. And the Giants are going to be down, so they're going to have to throw. I just don't know how much time Daniel Jones is going to have to throw the football. So if I can help it, I'm not starting anybody in New York's offense. So make sure that you guys are kind of weighing out options here with the Giants game. If you guys have lived under the rock, the offensive line is not very good. So Daniel Jones doesn't have a whole lot of time to throw. Really, the only player I like on this team is Saquon Barkley. And no, I don't like Darren Waller either. What's up, everybody? I know we got some viewers in here. If you have any start sit questions, make sure you drop them in the live chat. Always happy to help. Make sure that you're following us on Twitter, aka X. New handle here today, right? I actually just changed my handle on Twitter. MKB Fantasy is no more. I am full on 100% Palazzo Podcast. So make sure you guys follow me at my new hashtag or new handle. It's _ Mike Virginia, Mike VA. We got our first question coming in from Sean Thomas. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? Hopefully your teams are off to good starts. If you had anybody in Thursday Night Football or even this Sunday morning game, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Palazzo Podcast. He asks McLaughlin or Gus Edwards. I have not heard much in regards to the Javonte Williams situation. I think the last I heard from Schefter was that they were going to work him out pregame. So if Javonte Williams doesn't play, I like McLaughlin here over Gus Edwards, especially if it's in half point PPR, which you just stated. I do think Samaje Perine is probably going to be mixed in a little bit in this game, but McLaughlin for me just showed me so much in the game that he had when Javonte went out. So Gus Edwards and the Steelers, right? It's a two-headed committee there with Justice Hill. The Steelers and the Ravens always play each other tough. I don't care how bad they've been, this season in terms of just offensive production or whatever, or the running game, whatever it may be. The Ravens and the Steelers always play each other tough. I think it's gonna be a low scoring affair here. And everyone's gonna be like, what? You're too Ravens. That's your Ravens. I think the Ravens win. I just don't think it's gonna be a fantasy gold there. So give me a McLaughlin there, Sean. I appreciate the question. That's a disclaimer that if Javonte sits. So if Javonte sits, I think you go with him. And if Javonte plays, I'm going Gus Edwards there. So good problem to have. You got two solid options there, Sean. I think you'll be fine. BTC says Williams not going to play. They play on Thursday next week. Yeah, that's probably true. They'll probably like to rest him. But who knows? Like I said, if he's good to go, they're going to play him. He's obviously one of their future at the running back position. So, but yeah, they'll probably play it safe. But Sean says, thank you, bro. Absolutely, man. Appreciate it. Make sure you're following us. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube here. Like and subscribe to the video. Greatly appreciated. Other guys I like this week, and by the way, keep your questions coming. I'm just going to be doing some talking here. A couple other options I like if you need a spot start for a wide receiver. I know we got some guys on bye week. Josh Reynolds of the Detroit Lions, Michael's Bozo Lions. All right, so Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs are doubtful. They're not expected to play today. Josh Reynolds is dealing with a little bit of a groin injury himself, but he did practice in full on Friday, so that's a good sign. I love Josh Reynolds. I think he has great chemistry with Jared Goff. I like him even when Amon-Ra St. Brown was playing. So I think he was a little banged up with that groin injury. Hopefully that's behind him. But again, if you need a pinch wide receiver spot or even a flex play, I love Josh Reynolds today. That is my play. I was going to start him over Adam Thielen today. He was floating around on my waiver wire. But I play in a standard league in my home league, so it's non-PPR. But somebody picked him up this morning, so I have a couple shares of Josh Reynolds that I'm starting in like 2 or 3 of my 6 leagues that I'm in. So love Josh Reynolds this week. I think he balls out. Carolina is actually pretty sneaky good defensively, but they're playing in Detroit. I think Detroit's just so hot right now. David Montgomery, my boy, he is going to eat today, right? And I hate being the guy to say I told you so. If you guys read my draft day fades article, Jahmyr Gibbs was at the fear front of that, and David Montgomery was in my draft day targets. So I'm glad that's working out. Hopefully David Montgomery eats today. Carolina can't stop the run. They might lean on the run with Gibbs and Amon-Ra being a little bit banged up. So we'll see. But I love David Montgomery in that spot too. I think the Lions roll today. It's kind of weird because in fantasy, from a fantasy perspective, I actually like Andy Dalton better in that Carolina offense, better than I do Bryce Young. Bryce Young's obviously the future there, and maybe he needs more receivers. I'm just saying from a fantasy standpoint, I like him better in regards to guys like Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, all those guys. So I know we've only seen one game from him, but give me Andy Dalton. But again, they'll roll with Bryce Young so long as he's healthy. Thank you guys so much who are in the live chat here. Drop your questions. Even if you want to talk start sits, you want to talk about who are some guys to pick up on the waiver wire for next week. Some guys that maybe that need a flex play, you need somebody to target because you got bye weeks, you got guys hurt, whatever it may be. Ask your questions. Always happy to help. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate it. It's the best way to support me. It's the best way to support the guys at Palazzo is making sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 by year's end. Would greatly appreciate it. So let's see. Other guys I like this week. I know that it's not Kirk. I know he hasn't played well, but I like Kirk Cousins this week too. He's also my quarterback in my starting home league, so I'm a little bit biased here, but I like him because they're going to have to throw in that Chiefs-Vikings game. I actually like Kirk Cousins to give me at least 2 touchdowns today. I don't know why, and maybe it's because they're trying to get him going, but I like the fact that they're going to have to throw more in that game and stop running the damn football with Alexander Madison. There's no reason why he should be touching the ball 20-plus times a game. Get Kirk Cousins going early. Get him throwing the ball, get him in a rhythm, right? I think running the ball is the complete opposite of what they want to do there in Minnesota. I think they want to be a high-flying offense. They got to get Kirk Cousins going. You got to get him in a rhythm, get Justin Jefferson going, get TJ Hockenson going. I'm not saying you can't throw the ball at Alexander Madison. I'm not saying you can't be balanced on offense, right, and run and throw, but I think Kirk Cousins needs to have a rhythm there to get going. So I like him a lot. I think they do that today at home versus the Chiefs. Another question from Sean here. He's got Kamara or Kyren Williams, small league. If it's PPR, non-PPR, let me know that, Sean. But in a nutshell here, I like Kyren Williams a lot this season. And I actually picked the Rams. I'm going to go on record of saying this. We're going to refer back to this next Sunday. I'm predicting that the Rams beat Philadelphia today in St. Louis in LA. So give me the Rams today over the Eagles. I think there's going to be plentiful fantasy gold in this matchup between both teams. I really like Kyren Williams. Kamara, I'm just not a big fan of this of the Saints offense right now. I need to see something from him until I'm ready to plug him in my lineups. It's hard to sit Kyren Williams at this point. He's their guy. I know he's been banged up recently as well, but looks like he's going to give it a go today. If he's playing, you got to start him. So it's Kyren Williams for me, Sean. I don't think it's particularly close either. Cooper Kupp comes back today too. So they'll have Puka, they'll have Kupp, they'll have Kyren. I'm actually starting Kupp, Puka, and Kyren in one league. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully they score a lot of points in that game, but I don't have a whole lot of better options in a 12-team league. So BTC says should be a shootout. I would even start Puka and Kupp if I had both. Yeah, just got to finish saying that I'm starting both of them in one league plus Kyren Williams. Washington's slung it all day over Philly, but can run on Philly. Yeah, agreed. Like I said, I think this is going to be a high scoring matchup. I like the Rams a lot, and I think they're being severely slept on. Maybe not so much from a defensive standpoint, but their offense is extremely underrated, and adding Cooper Kupp back to that equation is only going to make them more dangerous on offense. So I do expect a high-scoring affair in that game, but give me the Rams by a field goal. That's what I'm going with today. So make sure we lock that in. I don't have the soundboard button like Michael does, but lock that in. Rams beat the Eagles today. Give them their first loss. You heard it here first, folks. All right. If you guys have your start sit questions, keep them coming. Always happy to help. If you guys could also do me a favor too, if you're on Twitter, if you're on X, I tweeted it out at _Mike Virginia, Mike VA. Make sure you guys go check out my page and then retweet it or repost it now that I think that's the new vernacular there on X. So we get some more people in the live chat. Always happy to help. Want to help people get their lineup set for week 5 and win some matchups. So, let's see. I'm just bringing up some other guys that I like for this week. I'm bringing up my home league, which I'm first in, by the way. I'm very happy with that. I have Christian Kirk going today. He's got 2 receptions for 50 yards. I'm happy with that so far. Hopefully they get him going. T. Higgins is out today with a rib injury. He said that he could give it a go depending on his pain tolerance. Ultimately, the Bengals are going to play it safe with him, and I think that's a smart move. I don't really like anybody in Cincinnati's offense right now until Joe Burrow is quote unquote healthy. And I just don't think they have the liberty of sitting him right now. So it's clear he's not 100%, and it sucks because obviously Joe Burrow was being drafted as a top 5 quarterback, top 6 quarterback for most folks. So I don't like Tyler Boyd. I know a lot of people, I think it was a popular waiver wire ad in PPR formats, maybe, but I'd prefer a guy like Adam Thielen over Tyler Boyd, honestly. So I'm not a huge fan of him. I think Jamar Chase eats today. They're going to give him double-digit targets again. That makes complete sense, right? He's the alpha in that offense. Maybe they get Joe Mixon going in that game too. It's really surprising too with how bad that Joe Burrow has been, that they haven't leaned on Mixon more. The Bengals just so desperately want to throw the football here, and I don't know why they don't lean on Mixon to kind of get Burrow out of that funk that he's in, get the offense rolling, control the clock, right? Preserve the defense. It's a tough thing for Joe Mixon owners here. He's been solid. I wouldn't say he's been great, but he's been solid. But I wish they gave him more opportunities. I think at this point, we give him the Joe Burrow calf injury. I think he needs to be touching the ball, carrying the ball at least 20 times a game. And that's not an exaggeration. I think that will help them tremendously on offense. So noting that their offensive line's kind of middle of the road, I wouldn't necessarily call it something that you need to. Maybe they don't get him to 20, but anywhere between 15 to 20 would be great. So, BTC says opposing defenses are forcing them to throw right now. Yeah, that's true. And I know Jamar Chase wants the football, right? Usually the squeaky wheel gets the grease. They want to get Joe Burrow going, but he's not healthy. Why would you not lean on a guy like Joe Mixon? He's not a slouch. He's a stud running back. And I think, again, that'll take some pressure off of Joe Burrow, given that he's still trying to recover from this calf injury. It's clear that he's not 100%. It sucks. Lean on Joe Mixon today, guys. And I don't have any Joe. Actually, I have one Joe Mixon share out of all my 6 leagues. But I don't know why you don't lean on him. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL too. So I think he's severely slept on. I love Joe Mixon. But again, who knows? You're right, though, BTC. Opposing defenses are forcing him to throw. And it sucks because, like I said, Joe Burrow's not healthy. So if you guys start sit questions, guys, make sure you drop them in the live chat. Always happy to help. Trying to think of some other guys here that I like. I'm looking at my teams right now. A guy I wanted to highlight real quick is Deontay Johnson. Everyone's like, "Well, Mike, what are you talking about? He's not playing today." No, but if he's available, floating around in your waiver wire because a owner got impatient or you don't have IR spots and somebody dropped him, he is 70% rostered in Yahoo leagues. So that number needs to be higher. He comes back week 7 against the Rams, and apparently he's looked really good in practice. Today they get Baltimore. Week 6 they get a bye. Deontay Johnson will be back in week 7. If he's floating around in any of your leagues, make sure you go get him. I recently just scooped him up myself in my home league because he was dropped. We don't have IR spots. Receiver is my least plentiful position. I'm weak there, so hoping Deontay Johnson can give me some production there. Looking back at, I like CJ Stroud today against the Falcons. It's hard to argue the production that we've seen from the rookie. I think he's a guy that can get you at least a safe floor with at least 20 points, right? He obviously has a plethora of weapons between Dameon Pierce, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Robert Woods, plus Dalton Schultz. So they've put a lot of weapons around him. I think that game is going to be a lot higher scoring than people think. So I like him today. I know Trevor Lawrence has got a touchdown today, but I actually started CJ Stroud over Trevor Lawrence in one of my leagues today. Trevor Lawrence already has a touchdown already though. So, you going up against the Bills in London. So, all right. If anybody has any start-sit questions, drop them in there. Like I said, we only have 2 viewers right now, but always happy to help. If nobody's going to jump on here in the next 15 minutes, I'll probably hop off. But I got my own lineups to set as well. But I certainly don't want to come on here and waste time either. So always happy to help, guys. Let me know if you need anything. Drop them in the live chat. Let me know who you guys like today. I know I've done some guys who I like. Make sure you guys tell me who you like today. Who are some of your fruitful matchups? Who are you looking forward to balling out today? I'm going to be flipping back and forth today too, because the Ravens and the Steelers obviously is a big game for us, rivalry game. But then I got my O's going up against the Rangers today after a tough 3-2 loss yesterday. So I'm hoping they bounce back and tie the series up. So I'll be flipping the TV back and forth multiple times today. But who do you guys like in some of your matchups? Let me know in the live chat below. Again, same thing I've said. I know I sound like a broken record. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like I said, I already mentioned I love David Montgomery today. If you have him, you're starting him. It's hard to sit him after a performance like he just had on Thursday Night Football last week. Looking at some other matchups here. Love Isaiah Pacheco today going up against the Falcons. I like anybody really in Kansas City's offense. I don't love any of the receivers, but obviously love, Pacheco in this one after last week. I think he balls out today as well. Like I said, make sure you guys get Saquon Barkley out of your lineups. He is out today. I'm going through some other matchups here to see which ones I like, guys. I apologize. Let's talk about the Bears and the Commanders game. What a letdown game for the Commanders that was. I was surprised to see Justin Fields ball out, man. That's 2 back-to-back games. DJ Moore, if you played against DJ Moore, I'm sorry, man. I hope you guys can get a similar production from somebody else on your team, but you're likely cutting the grass early today. Adam, what's up, man? Adam Lovett. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. I appreciate the question. He asked James Conner, Derrick Henry, or Swift PPR fantasy. The clear-cut best choice of this group here is Derrick Henry, obviously. But if it's PPR in that Rams game, it's hard to argue against DeAndre Swift. Derrick Henry just has not looked right this entire season. I don't know. It's because Father Time's caught up with him, where he's dealing with that toe injury that he's been battling. But I know James Conner is going up against the Bengals today, and then Swift gets the Rams. It's tough, but for me, it's between Henry and Swift. PPR, give me Swift there. I just think that game is going to be the highest scoring game on the card today. I like DeAndre Swift a lot. He's been killing it. So Adam also says, I hate that I drafted that good. Yeah, man, that's a good problem to have. I'd love to know who else is in your running back slots and also in your flex spot. Let me know who else you're starting. But that's a great problem to have. That's a good team that you drafted. If you have those 3 guys that you have to think about. Thanks, man. Subscribe. Thank you so much, Adam. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Really, really appreciate the support, man. Thanks so much. Nathan, what's up, man? Nathan H on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Nathan. We do these every Sunday. We also do a Tuesday breakdown show right before waivers hit. We talk about a week 6 preview show coming up on Tuesday. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. He says Zay Flowers or Christian Watson standard. Ooh, that is a tough question there. The Raiders have one of the worst secondaries in football. I know that it was frustrating because Christian Watson only ran 48% of the routes last week. He was on a quote unquote pitch count. I don't think that they let Aaron Jones and Christian Watson go on a snap count to this week. I know they play on Monday Night Football. But for me, it's probably Christian Watson here. And standard formats, especially too. Like I said, the Ravens and Steelers game, I don't care how good either team is year to year. They always play each other tough. I expect that to be a low scoring affair. The Raiders are one of the bottom 10 secondary in football. I like Christian Watson to eat today on Monday Night Football. I think they get him rolling, him and Aaron Jones. It's so wild too, because I own Aaron Jones in my home league, and I drafted him in the third round, and we played in a keeper league, but he fell into the third round for me. It's so crazy for me to hear Matt LaFleur say, "Oh, we need to get Aaron Jones more involved after the fact." He always says that, and he only gives this guy like 6-7 touches and continues to use the plotter that is AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon sucks. He's never going to be a thing. Aaron Jones is their best player on offense, Matt LaFleur. If you're watching, okay, get your head out of your ass. Start Aaron Jones. Don't let AJ Dillon see the field unless it's short yardage situations. Even then, I don't like him. Give Aaron Jones the fucking football. It is that simple. All right. And Christian Watson, from receiver aspect of it, also needs to get involved. He's their best receiver. I know Romeo Doubs has been playing well for them, but this is Christian Watson. He's the alpha receiver in this offense. They got to get both these guys going. I do like the Packers to win this game, and I think they do. But the only way that they do that is they have to get Christian Watson and Aaron Jones involved. Stop babying these guys, man. Let's go. Come on, Jordan Love. Get both those guys. The football there, and give fantasy owners what they want. BTC says Jordan Love first 300 game of the season coming today. Well, he plays on Monday Night Football. BTC, but I hear what you're saying, man. I don't hate that at all. I think that's actually a good call. The Raiders suck, so I expect that to be a high-scoring game for the Packers. Called out a few episodes ago he was going to be top 5. Sorry, who are we talking about? Currently top 5. Let me know who we're talking about. Sorry. But Nathan, I appreciate the question, man. For me, it's Christian Watson. It's not particularly close either. I like Zay Flowers a lot. He's probably he's a good playmaker. I think he's solid today, but I just like Christian Watson's ceiling and standard formats a little bit better. So, and I think I like his chances of scoring a touchdown. BTC said Love. Okay, gotcha. So you're saying Love is going to be currently a top 5 quarterback, or that he is currently a top 5 quarterback. You said a few episodes ago he's going to be top 5. Yeah, I don't know if that holds true or holds water the rest of the season. I think he's a solid quarterback. I just don't know if he's going to be the guy I don't think we're going to be looking at him as a top 5 option. I know we're only we only have 4 weeks under our belt. So, but yeah, he's looked good so far. I'm surprised, actually. I did not think he'd be this good. But I think the Packers' identity, or at least what they want to do moving forward, I hope to God, is they need to run the football more. Run it. Give it to Aaron Jones. It's like saying, hey, don't give the ball to Michael Jordan. Give it to everybody else. Aaron Jones is their best player. Why the hell are we not using him? So I know he's on a snap count there with the hamstring injury. Same thing with Christian Watson, but I really think they're going to make an emphasis to get the ball to Aaron Jones more on Monday Night Football. So I'll hop off here in about 6 minutes, guys. We haven't had a whole lot of viewers today, unfortunately. Maybe that's because the star of the show, Michael Govier, is not with us today. But if you have questions here, I'd be happy to answer them. Make sure you drop them in the live chat. BTC says, I said someone owns Aaron Jones. Yeah, I do. I don't own him in one league. It's only, 1 out of 6. But, make it make sense for me, BTC, too, right? Because, why do we continue to use Aaron? Let's pretend the hamstring thing is not an issue, okay? Describe to me why would we continue to use AJ Dillon? He's slower. He's not athletic. He just runs into the line and falls down. Aaron Jones is great out of the backfield as a pass catcher and explosive on offense. He's been probably their best player even during the Aaron Rodgers era as well for the past 2 or 3 years since he's come out. So and been with that team. So just don't understand it. It's simple to me, but hey, I'm not a football coach, so maybe there's something else I'm missing here. All right. About 4 more minutes left here, guys. If you have questions, drop them in the live chat. Trying to think of the other guys that I like today. I like Breece Hall a lot today. He's one of my guys that I like. I don't own any shares of Breece Hall, but they did come out and say that he is not going to be on a snap count. They're going to fully unleash Breece Hall after his ACL surgery that he had last year. While that is coach speak and coach talk, they still have Dalvin Cook, and their offense is not very good. I know a lot of people are talking about Zach Wilson, how well he looked against Kansas City. Kansas City is not really great on defense to begin with anyways, and they had to throw. It's clear that he's getting more comfortable in that offense, which is good, but it's still a bad offense. So I think most teams are going to hone in on that, and they're going to make Garrett Wilson throw the football. They're going to say, hey, beat us through the air. You're not going to beat us with Breece Hall. So maybe they sell out to stop the run. So BTC says Green Bay ranks top 4 in pass block and bottom 3rd in run blocking. That's crazy. It's a system issue that they can't run it, so they're not going to force it. True, but at the same time, too, your best player my point still holds true here. Your best player needs to be on the field. So regardless of the system or regardless of how they are in run blocking, whatever, Aaron Jones needs to be on the field more times than not, and definitely a lot more than A.J. Dillon. So A.J. Dillon's not a thing. I know they want him to be, but he's not. So you got to get him off the field, get Aaron Jones there. He's another receiver for Jordan Love out of the backfield, a safety blanket. They can swing it out to him. Got to get him the football and got to have him on the field. So that's a big thing. Stats per Pro Football Focus. Yeah, appreciate that, BTC. I appreciate it. Jones still sees plenty of targets. Yeah. And again, I know he's on a snap count last week. So, but at the same time too, still, AJ Dillon needs to touch the ball 10 or less times a game. And I think that's not a bold take either. If you've watched Green Bay, AJ Dillon's just not him. He's not a good running back. So, all right, enough about that. I know I went off on a rant on A.J. Dillon there. All right, since we don't have any more questions in the live chat here, I'm going to hop off. I'm going to get my weekend rolling here and get my lineup set. But if you guys still have questions or still want to get your questions answered, make sure you hop in the Palazzo Podcast Discord. And then also make sure that you're following me here, Mike Virginia _ at Mike Virginia there. Check us out. If you got questions, always happy to help. Drop a follow, drop a like, and we appreciate you guys. Tuesday, we'll be back with our week 6 preview show. We apologize for not getting the week 5 one in. It sucks because Michael and I really wanted to do this show. It's just life happens sometimes, and it's really difficult to for our schedules to match up with work, family, kids, things like that. So, yeah, I appreciate the support, guys. Thank you guys so much. Oh, here we go. Carlin Kramer, what's up, man? Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel on the Palazzo Podcast. Happy to help you with your question. You asked Boyd or Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers for me, and it's not particularly close. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to play today. I'm not a big Tyler Boyd guy. I mentioned that earlier in the show, Carlin there. But it's Jacoby Myers for me, and it's not close. So I'm rolling with him, regardless if you're playing a PPR format or not. It's Jacoby Myers for me. So, all right. Thank you guys very much for the time and for all the questions. I know we just got another viewer here. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in the live chat. I'll stick around for one more minute. Let's do rapid fire here real quick. If you have questions, drop them in there. Happy to help. But yeah, Carlin, it's Jacoby Myers. I don't like Tyler Boyd. I don't like this offense in particular. So I don't like anybody in that offense not named Jamar Chase. So if your name is Jamar Chase, I love you. If it's not, sorry, not starting you. I can't feel confident starting you. Obviously, you're starting Mixon, though. Probably don't have any other better options, given where you probably drafted him at. So, I think Mixon gets going today. I really do. I think he gets the ball a lot more than what he has been. So they got to take pressure off Joe Burrow. I think he's pressing a little bit too much. The calf injury, a lot working against Joe Burrow. If you do own Joe Burrow, I am sitting him today. So if you have a better option, somebody like a C.J. Stroud. If you have somebody like, maybe like Kirk Cousins or Jared Goff, like all those guys better than Joe Burrow today. I'm sorry. Until I see it, until that calf gets right, I don't have any confidence starting him. So, all right. Thank you guys very much for the time today. I appreciate it. And again, if you guys have questions, hit us up on Twitter. I'm at _ Mike Virginia, and Michael can be found at MJ Govier. So thank you guys very much for the Palazzo podcast. I am Mike Virginia, Mikey V. Make sure you guys join us live on Tuesday for the week six preview show. We'll be back at it again next Sunday as well for your week 6 start sets. Have a good Sunday. Hope you win your matchups, and peace.
Fucking Roethlisberger, the quarterback, was all fucking hug it, chug it, football all night.